Let's talk about some of the unsung heroes for you guys, the equipment guys.
Oh yeah.
Just how important are they for a back-to-back?
Gosh. Like the things those guys are doing while we're climbing into bed. I think about it quite often actually, because it's just, I'm sure they probably didn't get to bed till, gosh, 5 o'clock in the morning this morning, and they were probably back at the rink today doing their thing. So yeah, they definitely, they deserve a lot of credit. I think a lot of people don't see everything that they do and what they put themselves through.
Eight seconds to go. The chant is wedgie. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1. Sound the horn. A perfect 6-0 on a 6-game homestand for the Colorado Avalanche.
My name is Bryce Blancorn. First year with the Avalanche, 5 years prior with the American League, Colorado Eagles, and I'm the assistant equipment manager. My biggest responsibility is sharpening skates, making sure all that their steel's ready to go, that they're sharp when they go on the ice, and then if they have any issues with their steel, they come to me and we fix it. And then a normal day is get here about 6, get the steel done, because sometimes that takes a while, especially after like this last road trip, we'll have a lot of steel to do. And then basically the rest of my time for the day is just being around, being available for players, making sure if there's any issues that arise, we take care of it. We make them as comfortable as possible before they hit the ice. Back-to-backs, those are tight turnarounds. Those are when you land late and then you play, and you land late at night in the next city. And then you got to deal with guys like this. Mr. High Maintenance here, Miles Wood.
It's the least high maintenance guy.
When we land, we unload the plane. I hope you got that on camera.
It's all going.
When we land in the new city, we unload the plane, get into a box truck, drive to the arena, unload the box truck, get into the locker room, set up all the locker room, change room, strength room, coach's room, everything that has to do with how we get set for a game. And after that, we try to get a couple hours of sleep. And if we have skate the next morning, it's even less sleep. But just get ready for the next game.
Well, it's tough, I think, you know, losing the hour coming to mini. It's a balance between get what you need after the game, but don't take too long, because now you're just delaying when you're going to get actually in your bed when we get to mini, right? So it's a little bit of a balancing act of getting what you need, but also trying to rush as fast as you can so that you can get to bed at a decent hour. Coming in last night, things were a little bit slow. I think we had some truck problems. So we were an extra hour, 15 or so delayed, which got us in bed a little later, which was tough. But for the most part, I would say you want to get out as soon as you can.
line will start things out. Parker Kelly, Logan O'Connor back into the lineup in the Wild. Win the opening draw, pulled back for spurt. So a tough shift so far for 42. Bodies everywhere. Wild picking up the hitting. That's off a body. It goes up and out. And now we've got Jack Drury getting into it with Hinostroza.
There's Foligno, comes over to grab Manson.
For a side one-timer off the post. Oh my goodness. Nelson thinks it went in. The referee says no. McKinnon. The board's tenacious. Flip to the middle of the ice. That's a dangerous play. Watch out, down low. Shot scored. Zuccarello able to rip it home in a 2-on-0. Back in is Kiviranta. Lifts the stick. Up it comes to the point of Malinsky. Swings it off for Girard. A tornado on Johansson. Backhand shot. Score! It might have been deflected by Kiviranta. Only goal in regulation for Minnesota from Matt Zuccarello, and here he comes. Walks it into the Avalanche zone through the circle. Quick shot, and he scores. Walks toward the slots. Backhander, and he scores. Through the circle. Looks toward the slot, and it rolled off his stick. So the Minnesota Wild win in this shootout, and they pick up the extra point tonight here at the X.
I mean, I think the Avs have to be pretty happy overall. Considering you beat Chicago last night, get in late, find a way to squeeze out a point late.
That goal you guys did score, is that something you would have liked to see more of? Just pack the front of the net and throw it there?
Yeah, I mean, I think because they're going to play in there, right? They always have a numerical advantage at your net, so when you break them down, you got to shoot it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we passed up on a ton of shots tonight, but certainly we got in there a couple times in good spots, inside the dots, low slot area, and still passed it off. We got a big goal there for sure. Just delivering it there with traffic. And then I just think, once it goes to shootout, it's a shootout. It is what it is. But our team played a good hockey game. I'm pretty happy with the way they played, especially getting in when we did last night.
Donnie White, head equipment manager, been with the team for 5 years. Oh gosh, making sure everybody has everything, making sure I'm keeping Bryce and Brad in line. Tough job. That's pretty much it. Making sure everything's going smooth, keeping everybody in line.
How long have you been doing this overall?
I'd say, how old am I? Like 25 years maybe.
Home, then went to Minnesota. Just talk about that, like the struggles, like having to kind of pack everything out, the quick turnaround.
Yeah, actually that was a tough one because we were in third jerseys the night we left here. So then just making sure we have all our regular blue gear, just making sure we have everything that we actually need to play the road game because we were wearing different uniforms and different pants, jerseys, gloves, helmets that night instead of our regular road stuff, which makes it tough. And then getting done at 4 o'clock in the morning and then ready to roll again at 10 or so. So that's about it.
Who works harder during a back-to-back, you or the equipment staff?
I work harder. There's one of me, 3 of them. Once our schedule is released, I start working on contracting our hotels. I meet with our coaching staff and we lay out the season schedule. I work with our bus company to ensure that they have all the dates that transportation's needed. I work with our charter company to make sure that the flight times work within their schedule with their aircrafts, along with all the other teams that they are trying to accommodate. I start scheduling all of our practice ice in Denver and on the road. With the charter company, I'm going through each city we're traveling to and going over catering menus, making sure that we're picking some great restaurants for the guys, especially on a back-to-back. Make sure they're fueled, ready to go. Working on manifests and any immigration that's needed for the airline. And then with hotels, just making sure that everyone's accommodated, whether they have special requests, all of our pregame meals, snacks, breakfast. What else do our guys need?
That's a lot to remember.
The highlight was definitely when we won the Stanley Cup. That was 15 seasons for me of hard work, dedication, and knowing that at some point we would achieve that goal. Honestly, it's coming to work and working with such great leaders, Joe, Chris, Suzanne, Kevin. I mean, we have a great time. Even Donnie and the equipment staff are nonstop laughs. Just really privileged to be able to work with a really good group of colleagues. So Donnie can't get mad at me if he hears that part when I said 1 out of 3.